This is SMART goal number 1 review, solving quadratic equations. And so I actually want you guys to get out pencil, paper. I want you to work these out. I want you to try to get an answer, okay? All right. Now, for the most part, these are going to be solving for the 2 possible solutions. Because when we're talking about a quadratic equation, the first question I've got is x squared minus 9x plus 18 equals 0. This is number 1. Okay? X squared minus 9x plus 18 equals 0. We want, because it's x squared, there should be 2 real roots. Okay? 2 real solutions to this. Okay? So I'm going to give you guys some time to come up with an answer. I want everybody to get an answer. I want everybody to work it out. Okay? And right now I'm going to hit pause so there's not this like great big long silent period. All right. So let's talk about possible answers. Okay? X equals, what are some answers that you guys got? X equals what? Huh? 2? You got 2 answers? Or 2 as an answer? You got 2. Okay. Anybody else get an answer? 6. Okay. 6. What's that? 6 and 3. All right, so he's got 6 and 3. 2, you got 2. Okay, so we got a couple people with 2s. 6, did you also get 3? Okay, you guys that got 2, did you get another number with it, or just 2? You got 3. Did you get 6? Okay, so we got a negative 9 in here. Okay, Matt? 6 and 3. 6 and 3. Mariah, what'd you get? 2. Minor, what'd you get? 6 and 3. Darian? You got 3. Negative 9 and 3. Okay, Erica? You got 2. Aaron? 6 and 3. Brady? 2. And Austin? 2. Okay. All right, so did you guys begin by factoring? Now what'd you do? Subtracted 18 from both sides. Okay, so I want to see this. You subtracted 18, so you got x squared minus 9x equals negative 18. Okay, then what'd you do? Divided by negative 9. Can't do that. Added negative 9 to the other side. Added negative 9x? Yeah. Did you add 9x or add negative 9x?
Added 9x.
Added 9x. Okay, that's at least doable. You can do that. So you got x squared equals 9x minus 18. Is that right? Okay, then what did you do after that? Tried the square root. So you square rooted this and square rooted that. Okay, so you got x equals... Okay, so you guys have, those of you that got it wrong, made this question way more difficult than it needed to be. Just factor it. Okay? X, x. If I have a minus and a plus, what are my 2 signs going to be? What? Negative and negative, right? Because negative plus a negative is a negative. Negative times negative is positive, right? What things multiply to be 18? 9 and 2, okay? Will negative 9 plus negative 2 equal negative 9? No, that would be negative 11. 6 and 3? Will negative 6 plus negative 3 equal negative 9? Yes? Okay. So I got x minus 6, x minus 3. What are my solutions given x minus 6 and x minus 3? 6 and 3. Okay, raise your hand in here if you got 6 and 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 people. Okay. At this point, if this question was on the test, everybody in here would have to get every other question right for us to move on. Okay? So, do we understand what to do when we see this question? Okay? Factor it. Okay, let's look at the next question, number 2. Number 2. All right, let's say I give you 2x squared minus 9x equals 5. Okay, I'm going to give you some time to look at that. See what you can do with it. 2x squared minus 9x equals 5. What are the solutions for x? All right, what solutions did we get? Mariah, what was your solutions? 5 and negative 1/2. Okay? Let's see. Matt, you said you got a solution. What was your solutions? You had 5? Okay, but you only got the one solution? So you got, was yours like x minus 5, x minus 5? Okay. All right. Brady, what was your answer? Negative 3 and 3. Okay. Austin, what was your answer? You only got 5. Okay. Erica? Didn't get an answer. Aaron? Only got 5. Okay. Darian? No answer. Minor? Got 5. Casey, did you end up with anything? Okay. All right. Mariah is actually the only person who got this question right. Okay. So 2x squared minus 9x minus 5 equals 0. Did we at least start there? How many of us started, we got to this? 1, 2, 3? Only 3 people did this? All right, what did the rest of you guys do? How did you guys get just 5?
I didn't say equal to 0.
You didn't say. So, but what did you do? So, I mean, I'm just interested. What was your step? What did you do from here? You don't know what you did? Okay, Brady, you got 5 as an answer. What did you do? Oh, you got negative 3 and 3. Okay, who else got just 5? Do we have we never seen these before? Or is this brand new information? Okay, so let's at least go back to the right way of doing it, and let's make sure that we're taking notes. Okay, so what I told Darian is that there's more than one way to do this. We can factor this, or we could use the quadratic formula. How many of us remember anything about the quadratic formula? Handful. All right, quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now, how many of us remember having seen this before? Yes, okay. In that case, the 2 is my a, the negative 9 is my b, the negative 5 is my c, correct? Okay, I'm not saying this is the only way to do this, but it is a way. So I would get 9 because I went negative b. So if it's negative 9, it's going to be positive 9 here. Plus or minus the square root of negative 9 squared. Okay, be careful with that. Minus 4 times 2 times negative 5 all over 2 times 2. Okay? So that's going to give me 9 plus or minus over 4 square root of, I want 81 plus 40, something like that. Okay, which comes out to square root of 121. Does anybody know what the square root of 121 is? 11. So what I'm getting is 9 plus or minus 11 divided by 4. What's 9 plus 11? 20. What's 20 divided by 4? 5. Okay? All right, now, because there's 2 solutions, I should do 9 minus 11. What's 9 minus 11? 9 minus 11 is negative 2. What's negative 2 divided by 4? Negative 1. Negative 1/2. Okay? Now, So those are the answers, and if you didn't want to do that, how else could we have done it? Well, we could have also factored, okay? Which means we can do this, okay, where I have a 2x and an x because I need an 2x squared. So 2x times x is x squared. We know that we're going to get a negative, so we're going to have to multiply by two numbers that are going to be a negative. The only way to do that is to multiply by a positive and a negative. So I can try this and this, okay? The nice thing about it is that what I'm trying to multiply to get is a prime number. It's 5. So the only way to multiply two numbers to get 5 is to use 5 and 1. Is that correct? Hopefully. What's 2 times negative 5? Okay. So negative 10 plus 1 is 9. All right, so my factors are 2x plus 1 and x minus 5. Well, we know that that's going to be x equals 5. We're going to take 2x plus 1 equals 0 and solve for it. Subtract 1, divide by 2. X equals negative 1/2. Is this how you did it, Mariah, or did you use the quadratic?
That's how I did it.
Okay, perfect. Great job. But a little problematic that only one person in the room got it right. And at this point, there's absolutely no way that we would hit 80%, right? Because you've already missed, most people in here have already missed 2 out of 5 just on the first 2 questions, right? So can we do this question if we were to take the test tomorrow? I hope so, okay? Otherwise, we're going to keep doing this over and over and over again. Okay? Let's look at the third question. Okay? Let's see. X squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. Okay? Want the x values for this. Okay. Aaron, what 2 answers did you get? What's that? You just got it?
No, I was lost.
Oh, okay. You didn't get one. Darian, what did you get? You got negative 2 and positive 5. Okay, Matt, what was your answer? 5 and negative 2. Okay. All right. Minor? 5 and negative 2, Mariah. 5 negative 2, Miss IL. Negative 5 and 2. Wait, okay. Did you say negative 2 and you said negative 2 and 5, right? Okay, these are the same answers. I don't know why they're just in different order. Okay, so you got negative 5 and 2. All right, Brady, anything? 5 and negative 2. Erica, did you get anything? Negative 5 and 2, so you got the same thing that Miss IL got. Okay. All right, so let's take a look through here. Okay, x and x. Let's look at both of these. So with 5 and negative 2, in here you would have gotten x minus 5, x plus 2. Is that correct? Okay. All right, so what I want you to do is once you have this, I want you to actually go back through and FOIL it and see, does it equal this up here? So x times x is x squared. This is negative 5x plus 2x. What's negative 5x plus 2x? What's negative 5 plus 2? Negative 3. Is that the same as what's up here? So you have the right numbers, but you have the wrong signs. Okay? So we need positive 5, negative 2, because that's going to give me 5 minus 2, which is positive 3. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10, which means my answers are 5 and negative 2. Now, what this question is actually going to ask you on your test is not only this, but what it's going to look for is the graph of this. So this is actually a way for you to check other questions, like questions 1 and 2. It probably won't work on question number 2 because it had half as an answer, but you can check your answer for number 1. Okay, on this question, what we're going to type in is we're going to type in x squared, x squared plus 3x minus 10. Okay, And the first thing it's going to ask you to do is pick out the graph. So you'll see that it crosses at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, -5 and +2. Did I type in something wrong here? X squared plus 3x minus 10. 5 and 2. Oh, the answer was -5 and 2. Oh, I see why. Okay, you guys were right. You guys were both right and you were both wrong. Okay? This should be the factored form of this, right? Instead of x minus 5, x plus 2. Okay, but this answer is -5 and 2 because I'm doing x plus 5 equals 0, subtracting 5 for x, right? And x plus 2 equals 0, adding 2 to solve for x. Does that make sense? So this answer right here is correct. Miss Isle, did you get this factored form? And okay, so yours was right. Now, what they're looking for, though, is they're going to ask for the graph. Okay? So they're going to ask for this graph right here. What I told you that on like number 1 that you can check, though, is go to like second graph, and you can see where y equals 0, those are your coordinates. So 2 and 5. See how y is 0 and x is -5? I can plug question number 1 back into my calculator. Okay, question number 1 was x squared minus 9x plus 18. Okay, and I can hit second graph. I'm looking for places where y equals 0. Okay, notice that it equals 0 where x equals 3. So I know x equals 3. Okay? Okay, look, there's another place where y equals 0 and x equals 6. So I know my answers are 3 and 6. Do you see how you can use your calculator to check some of these? Now on question number 2, because x equals -1/2, you're not going to get that in your graphing calculator because it doesn't come out to a whole number. Okay? But that's a good first place to check, okay, with these questions. All right, number 4. (2x squared minus 9x minus 5 equals 5x minus x squared. All right, Darian, what was the first thing that you did? Okay, subtracted 5x from both sides. Okay, so you got 2x squared, what? Okay, minus 5 equals -x squared. Okay, what did you do after that?
Added x squared to 2x squared.
Okay, added x squared to both sides. So that's going to give me what? 3x squared minus 14x minus 5 equals 0, correct? All right, can most of us agree with this? Okay, what did you do after that?
3x in parentheses.
Like that?
Then x.
Okay.
Added subtraction. Add addition. Add subtraction.
Okay. You keep kind of making the same mistake. I'm going to end up having to multiply these outside terms, right? And it's going to have to equal -5. What's the only way in which I can multiply two things and get a negative? I have to have positive and a negative. All right, so we know because this is 5, what are the only two things that are going to multiply to be 5? 5 and 1, right? So where do I want to put the 5? Right? And the reason why is because 3x times 5 is going to be 15x, right? negative 1x, I'm going to pick up subtracting from that, right? Okay, well, is that negative 14x or 14x? It's going to be 14, positive, right? Which means what I need to do is change the signs, right? So let's make this positive and this one negative. Okay, 3x times negative 5 is negative 15x, plus 1x is negative 14. Okay, you follow me through here? So now I need to find the solutions. So I'm going to take 3x plus 1 and set it equal to 0, right? What do I do with the 1? Subtract it. So I get 3x equals negative 1. What do I do with the 3? Divide it. So I get negative 1 divided by 3. So x equals negative 1/3. What else does x equal? 5. So my two answers are negative 1/3 and 5. Okay? Now again, I'm going to send this video to you guys so that you guys can review it, because I'm going to give you guys the SMART goal test for this tomorrow. Okay? And only this. Okay? Because I feel like we really struggled with. My intention was to cover 2 SMART goals today, but we didn't do a very good job of this. Do we think that we can pass this tomorrow? Or do we need to wait? Huh? All right. Let's wait. Let's finish this tomorrow, and I'm going to cover another SMART goal, and we'll do 2 SMART goal quizzes probably on Thursday. Okay? Does that make sense? What I want you guys to do, I know this is going to sound a little funky, but for your homework, I want you to do IXL, Algebra 2, J5, J6. Okay? Those are quadratic questions. Does that make sense? Algebra 2. So go in, whenever you log in, go into the Algebra 2 section and go down to J5, J6. Because geometry doesn't actually have a lot of quadratic questions, even though we've done some of that. Okay?